What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a product that is going to be very helpful if you have a camper, a bed rack, pretty much anything that is going to block your line of sight to the back. Now what I'm talking about is the Wolfbox G900 Pro, and what that is, it's a digital rear view mirror that allows you to use a whole separate camera to see the back. So let's take a look at the mirror itself and then where I put my camera on my Tune M1 camper. So this here is my Tune Outdoor M1 camper. It is mounted on my 2007 Tundra double cab 6.5 foot bed, and where I have my camera mounted is just right below the third brake light that comes on the Tune. And I have this mounted there because I wanted to see behind me, and that was the best location that will allow me to open up my door and not have it hit that. So this door is clearly not glass, so being able to see through it is obviously impossible. So having that camera there, being able to open the door without it hitting is very nice. That back piece as well, I opted to have it without the rear glass as well. But Tune does have an option to get it with glass back there and then with glass on this back door as well. So if you did need to see it all the way through, that's there as well. But the quality of video that I'm going to show you in just a little bit is going to be way better than just seeing through it, and it actually records. So that way, if anything happens in the back, we have a camera back here that will record everything. And how we have this wired is that we drilled a hole into the camper, silicone sealed it so it's completely waterproof and there's no wires running anywhere. And then we put 2 of the screws that were provided, siliconed that as well before we put in screws, and then even siliconed it after we put in the screws. All right, so inside the vehicle now, this is what the Wolfbox G900 Pro looks like. And physically, it's bigger than the Tundra rearview mirror, and that rearview mirror has been pretty much useless ever since I put the camper on. So behind me, you can't see anything out of it because obviously I opted to choose just a blank piece. There's no glass or anything like that. There's no pass-through. There's a lot of the campers on the market, it's going to be the same way. You can choose it with or without the glass, but having this and my rear cameras on this dash here will just help me in general with backing up on the trails, pretty much everywhere. So I'm going to turn it on. So there is a startup chime, you could say, that lets you know that it's on. And then right away it will jump to, well, how I have it saved is to the back camera. And it's a very clear view. So what I have in the back here, that's what you see back there. The cool thing is you can actually adjust the angle of this. If you wanted it up or down, you can just pull it up or down like that. Since it's a very wide screen here, you have some adjustability because normally the ratio of videos is like 9:16. So you have a little bit more to play with, if you can imagine like a TV monitor that big, so you can kind of see a little bit more than you need to. So you can adjust that. And then what I have on display is the volume. I can connect to the Wi-Fi on my phone so that way I can see the recorded footage on my phone. I don't really have to plug it in or anything. I have the voice command also active, so I can say like take a picture and it'll snap a picture of this. It's currently recording. I have it set to 3 minutes interval, so every 3 minutes it will start over. You can set it 1, 2, or 3 minutes. The front is recording at 4K resolution and the rear is recording at 2.5K. That's the quality of the rear. And then I have the compass on. I also have the miles per hour on as well. And the cool thing with this is on the back of the actual mirror piece, there's a front camera. So I could swipe and see the front camera. This is 4K. You can see how high quality that resolution is. And then this one here, you can see the front and the back at the same time if you wanted to keep it on any of these displays. Normally though, I would just keep it on this, but it is recording both the front and the rear. The cool thing with this too is if you're on an adventure, let's say on a trail or whatever, going camping, you can record with this and use the footage from this to save on your phone or post online. And it's 4K resolution, so it's very high quality. And it's insane how high quality this is, because honestly it kind of looks clearer than real life, which is pretty cool. So there's that. On top here, we'll talk about a couple of the lines that are coming out of it. The first one is, I believe, the GPS over here on the right side, which I have it mounted just right over here. And there is an up logo on the GPS unit, so I didn't want to put it just right on the mirror because then it would be facing down. So I put it on the dash. I routed the wires this way over here, up and over, all the way over to here. And then the middle connection, that's the rear view mirror, or the rear view camera, so that way it's recording. And then the farthest to the left is the power. And I currently have it plugged in 2 ways. And you can buy this separate. You can power it off of when the truck starts, or you can also have it powered on constantly. I have it on both, and both of it goes into the added fuse right here at the left side of my foot on the driver's seat. And basically it has a motion sensor in here, so if anybody walks in front of the camera, in front of this, or in front of the back camera, it will start recording. So that way if anybody's trying to like take anything, or you know whatever happens in the front or the back, wherever there's motion or even sound, if it's loud enough from the outside, it'll start recording and then come on. So if anybody is trying to like break in, for example, and this picks up any audio, it will turn on to basically record. And if somebody sees that it's recording, they're gonna dip. So that's a pretty cool feature. I've had this for maybe a week or 2 now, and it's been amazing. I forgot how good it is to have this in the truck, not being able to see in the back. So it's been very nice to have this. And I've never had a dash cam in this truck before, so having that feature as well is nice, because the other day when I was driving with the girls, we were just on the highway and this guy stopped pretty quickly out of nowhere, and there wasn't really any cars in front of him, so I had to swerve out of the way. So I don't know what happened, but it caught it all on camera, so if I needed to, I can submit it to like the insurance or the police or anything like that if we weren't to get in a car accident. But with all that being said, physically it covers the whole original mirror, so you don't really see it at all. It uses straps to hold it on. And lastly, there's 2 mics underneath, so you can talk to it. There's also this orange button on here. You can push that and it will turn off the screen completely. So if you wanted to use it as just a standard mirror, you could do that if it's a little bit too distracting, so that like at night, but it is still recording, so which is really nice. So you can turn it on and off if you wanted to. So let's go for a drive and see how handy this thing is. The nice thing with this too is I have kind of a 360 view of it now, because it is really wide. So I've noticed that this with the back camera is picking up vehicles that I don't see in my side view mirror yet. That's even with the convex spotter mirrors that I have on my side view mirrors here. So I'm able to see a ton more than I ever have, especially over the factory mirror. Even before the camper, like it was so small you couldn't really see much with it, but now I have a clear line of sight for pretty much anything, any cars, any traffic, anything like that, both on the highway and on just the regular streets. So we're gonna hop on the highway and just kind of show how great this thing is. I love that the GPS tracks my miles per hour, and since my Tundra is on 35-inch tires, the speedometer on the truck is inaccurate. So having that miles per hour track my actual speed is really nice too. It's kind of like the Google Maps and Apple Maps, how it tracks your speed and it gives you the actual speed you're going based off your satellite signal is really nice. So that way I don't fully rely on this, and it's super visible. So I can just look up, see who's behind me. I can see the miles per hour. I can see my compass, which direction I'm going in. I can see the clock right there really well. And it's just been very helpful. And I absolutely love this thing. And for the price too, being that it's like a rear view mirror, dash cam, speedometer, compass, has all these built-in features, is really nice. All right, so we are getting on the highway right now. You can see the car there. It's pretty cool because sometimes when I'm at like a red light, I can actually see the people inside their vehicles, and sometimes they don't realize that I can see them, and you can just see them picking their noses or doing something weird in the back, and it's just kind of hilarious to see because you can see it really clearly. And being that this truck is 6.5 foot long, it's seeing that with the normal mirror, you don't really see all that detail, so this is nice. So you can see here like all this traffic here. Like I don't see this truck in my side view mirror right now, and it's nice that this can pick it up since it's so wide of an angle. But when I first installed this, I thought the angle of the lens wasn't wide enough, but that's because I have it so far back. Normally this is more like inside of a tailgate or like a rear hatch or something like that, but it's really nice that you can see all that. So that paired with like the side view mirrors and everything like that really allows you to kind of have a full view of what's around your vehicle, even with a big camper in the back. So I've been slowly kind of modernizing my 07 Tundra just because this truck had no cameras, no technology, no CarPlay or anything like that. So now I got a rear view camera that I can watch constantly. I have a front camera that's super clear as well, and I can see my leveler, so that way when I'm at camp I could just kind of gauge where I'm at and use that. And I just put this in as well for, it's a wireless charger that is actually a Qi 2 certified charger, so it's actually fast charging. I had one that was mounted here, up here, but you can see that it just fell off because now it's actually getting warm out, and it just, one day I pulled my phone off and the whole thing just came off with it, and it was just unfortunate. But I got this Peak Designs vent mount one that is really good, and I love how fast it charges. So just kind of slowly modernizing this truck to kind of meet the technology of 2025, I guess. But this here has been amazing. And when you first set it up, so for the rear camera, you can set it up a couple of different ways. You can set it up where the camera's upside down or the camera's the other way. And in the settings here, you can go in and actually flip-flop it. So that way if it is backwards for whatever, and there's tons of settings. You can change the tone, you can have a screensaver, you can change the exposure, you can flip the mirror here side to side, up and down as well. You can turn on the reverse light or lines. There's just lots you can do in here, and it's great that they pack this much tech into this little guy. And honestly, for the price, it's really not that expensive for what you're trying to do. Because honestly, if you buy a dash cam alone, you're going to be spending a ton of money already, and it doesn't even have all these features with it. So getting something that has a ton of features and allows you to record and see all around you is amazing. But that's going to be it for this video. I will have a link to this product down in the description if you guys want to take a look at it yourself. And install super easy. So really there's nothing to it. Really just running the wires from the back camera to the front is the most difficult part, just because that is a little bit time consuming, but not hard at all. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.